During this video presentation, we will take an in-depth look at the perspective drawing on page 32, uncovering key concepts that will help you to understand how to convert the given layout views into a two-point perspective drawing. For any two-point perspective drawing, please refer to the cover page of Chapter 4, which contains very important information that will help you to convert the layout views into a two-point perspective drawing. You can take a look at the layout with the given views. All two-point perspective drawings will always have these 5 components in common. First, my given top and side views, my picture plane, my horizon line, my ground line, as well as my station point. My station point is where the observer will stand and look at the object. Another very important factor is that when the top view touches the picture plane and the corresponding height is on my ground line, then I know that that specific point will touch the ground line. Please pay attention to the abbreviations for picture plane, horizon line, ground line, and station point, as that will be used frequently in your layout views. You can take a look at the layout with the given views for this specific drawing. So first, our given top and side views, as well as our ground line, our horizon line, our picture plane, and also our station point will always be part of my layout of the given views. My top view can be orientated on a 30 or 60 degree angle, so we will take our 30 and 60 degree set squares and on a 30 and 60 degree angle project from my station point to my picture plane 90 degrees down towards my horizon line, and that will give me my left hand and my right hand vanishing points. That will mean that my top view is orientated on a 30 and 60 degree angle, and that the sides of my top view will always be parallel to the sides that I projected back towards my picture plane. Another very important factor is that my vanishing points will always be located on my horizon line. It can also be orientated on a 45 degree angle, so I will take my 45 degree set squares and on a 45 degree angle project back towards my picture plane from my station point and 90 degrees down towards the horizon line to give me my left hand and my right hand vanishing points. That will mean that my top view will be orientated on a 45 degree angle and that the sides of my top view will always be parallel to the sides that I projected back towards my picture plane. Just to emphasize again, my left hand and right hand vanishing points will always be located on my horizon line. For this specific drawing, my top view was orientated on a 30 and 60 degree angle with my left view placed on the left hand side and my front view placed on the right hand side. Next, it's also important to have a look at our picture plane as well as our ground line. The picture plane is an imaginary plane between the observer and the object on which the perspective drawing is drawn. You can also look at our ground line, which abbreviation is our GL, and the ground line is the ground on which the person and object stand, and the line is perpendicular to the picture plane. So as previously stated, we will have our object, and then we will also have our observer view or our eye view, but for engineering, graphics, and design purposes, we will talk about the horizon line. My horizon line is always parallel to my ground line and also represents the height of the observer's eye. We can clearly see that to see the object, we need to look lower than the horizon line, which means that the object will be below the horizon line, so detail on the top view can be seen. To discuss this in more detail, you can have a look at our horizon line. So once again, this will then be our horizon line or our horizontal line. And on my horizontal line, I will always have my left hand vanishing point as well as my right hand vanishing point. So when we place the object on the horizon line, and if I look in the direction of the object, I can clearly see for the complete height of the leading edge that no detail for the top part or the bottom part of my model will be visible when I project it from the left hand as well as from the right hand vanishing point. As soon as the object is below my horizon line and I project from my left vanishing point as well as from my right vanishing point, I can clearly see that there will be detail at the top of my model that will be visible. So the further the model is below my horizontal line, and I project from my left hand vanishing point as well as from my right hand vanishing point, I can clearly see that even more detail at the top of my model will be visible. As soon as the model is placed above my horizontal line and I project from my left hand vanishing point as well as from my right hand vanishing point, I can clearly see that I will have detail at the bottom of my model that will be visible. So when the model moves further away above my horizontal line, and I project from my left-hand vanishing point, as well as from my right-hand vanishing point, I can clearly see that even more detail at the bottom of my model will be visible. Here I can clearly see the back edge, the left edge, as well as the leading edge are all in line, but the shape of my object will change as the position of my horizontal line changes. Next, we can take a look at our station point. So the station point is the point or position from which the object is viewed. So if I look at my station point and my direction of view, I can clearly see that my station point will be right in line with my horizontal line, and also see the placement of my picture plane and my ground line in relation to the horizon line and the station point. Always remember that the station point is an independent variable and can be placed at different positions, but will always stay parallel to my horizon line irrespective of the placement of my station point. As previously stated, when we project from our station point towards our picture plane and 90 degrees down towards our horizon line, we will get our left-hand and right-hand vanishing points. Another very important factor about the station point is if I move my station point closer towards my picture plane, I can clearly see my left-hand vanishing point and a right-hand vanishing point will change its position. So if the position of the station point changes, the placement of the vanishing points will change. So if you can also look at our horizon line, if we move the horizon line towards the bottom, I can clearly see that my left-hand vanishing point and right-hand vanishing point's position will change. So if the position of the horizon line changes, the placement of the vanishing points will also change. Next, we have to determine and label the vanishing points. So we will take our 30-degree set square and on a 30-degree angle and parallel to the top view project back towards my picture plane, 90 degrees back towards the horizon line, and that will give me my left-hand vanishing point. I will take my 60-degree set square and on a 60-degree angle and parallel to the top view project back towards the picture plane, 90 degrees back towards my horizon line, and that will give me my right-hand vanishing point. Next, we need to project our height and depth of the walls. So where my top view touches the picture plane, I'll project that line down towards my ground line. That specific line is my height line. Where it touches the ground line, I will project towards the left-hand vanishing point as well as towards the right-hand vanishing point. Project my next height over. Where it touches the height line, I will project towards the left-hand vanishing point as well as towards the right-hand vanishing point. That then will give you my top point as well as the bottom point for the leading edge. To get my point at the back, I will project down towards my station point only till it hits the picture plane, and then it needs to divert down 90 degrees to get me my top and my bottom point on the left. To get my point on the right, I will project towards my station point only till it hits the picture plane, divert down 90 degrees, and I will get my top and my bottom point for the walls. Next, we need to project the height and depth of the roof. I will first extend the roof pitch and stay parallel to the sides of my top view. I'll project 90 degrees down, and that will be my height line. Project over from the front view, where those two lines meet, I will project that towards my left-hand vanishing point, and that then will be the height line for the pitch of the roof. Another method for getting my height line, where my top view is touching the picture plane, I'll project that down. I'll project the height from my front view all the way over till the line intersects. That line then will be projected back towards my right-hand vanishing point. I need to get a reference point that I will project down towards my station point till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down, and that then will be my height point where I can then get my height line. To get the placement of the pitch of my roof, I will project from the top view towards my station point till it hits the picture plane, divert down 90 degrees, that will be the front point of the roof pitch. To get the back point of the roof pitch, I'll project down towards my station point till it hits the picture plane and 90 degrees down, and that then will be my roof pitch that I will see. I can clearly see that my roof pitch is connected to the outside of the walls. I will connect it to the outside of the walls in my perspective drawing as well. Next, we can determine the depth of my window. First, I need to get my height line. I'll project from my front view to my perspective till it intersects with my height line, and that will be the bottom part of the window that I will project back towards my left-hand vanishing point. For the top part of the window, I'll project towards my perspective. Where it intersects with my height line, I'll project that towards my left-hand vanishing point. So if you can just take a closer look at the window, so I already got my height lines. I need to get my points in my perspective, I will project down towards my station point 90 degrees down towards my perspective drawing to get my point at the top as well as at the bottom on the left hand side. To get my points on the right hand side, I will project towards the station point only till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down, and I will get my top point as well as my bottom point that I will see on the right hand side. So I can draw those lines dark with a darker A-type line. To see the detail for the depth of the window, I must extend the inner part of the window parallel to the sides of my wall till it hits the picture plane and 90 degrees down to give me my height line. From there I will project that point towards my left hand vanishing point, and then I will project for the left corner towards the right hand vanishing point. To locate my points, I will project down towards my station point till it hits the picture plane and divert down 90 degrees to get the top point and the bottom point of the inner detail of my window. I can then complete my inner window by drawing the darker A-type line. Next we will determine the depth and the height of the door. So once again, where my top view touches the picture plane, I'll project that line down towards my ground line to get my height line. I will project the top of my door towards my perspective till it intersects with my height line, as well as the bottom part till it intersects with my height line. Both those points will then be projected towards my left hand vanishing point, and I can see that my height of my door is at the top line that converges to my left hand vanishing point. You can take a closer look on how to get the points in my perspective for my door. I first need to get my height line. I'll project parallel to the sides of the wall, 90 degrees down towards the bottom height of my door. That will be my height line. Where those two points intersect, I will project it towards my right hand vanishing point. To find my point in perspective, I will project down towards the station point till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down towards my perspective to get my top and my bottom point for my door on the left. To get the points on the right hand side, I will project towards my station point till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down towards my perspective, and then I'll get the top and the bottom point on the right hand side. To get the inner detail for my door, I need to get my height line. I'll project parallel to the sides 90 degrees down, and that will be the height line. Where those two points intersect, I will project it towards my left hand vanishing point, and to find the interior detail of the door, I need to project towards the station point till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down, and I'll get the top point and the bottom point for the internal detail for the door. I can then draw my darker A-type lines that I will see in my perspective. Next we can project the height and the depth of the step. We first need to determine our height line for the step. I will project parallel to the sides of my walls, 90 degrees down till it intersects with the ground line. Project that point towards the right hand vanishing point. I'll project my height over from my front view, and that point will also be projected towards my right hand vanishing point where it intersects with my height line. To get my point in perspective, I will project towards the station point till it hits the picture plane 90 degrees down to get my 2 points on the left. To get my points on the right, I will project my height line from my top view to my ground line, and where it intersects with the ground line towards my right hand vanishing point, as well as towards my left hand vanishing point, and the top part of my step on the right hand side towards the right hand vanishing point, as well as towards the left hand vanishing point. And to find that point in perspective, I need to project it towards my station point 90 degrees down, and then I can find my 2 points on the right hand side. That then will give me all my points that I need for this step, and I can draw my darker A-type lines that I will see in my perspective for the step. From here, we can also draw the lines for the bottom part of the wall that we will see in our perspective. Very important to take note that for the floor on the left hand side, if I project towards my right hand vanishing point, I can clearly see that I will see the interior detail of the floor through the window on the left hand side. And that concludes our explanation for page 32 on perspective drawings.